This is not coffee. This is actually whiskey. I've decided not to drink coffee on the internet anymore because people get mad at you and they say that you're trying to be like someone else and you're just drinking coffee. Anyway, a year ago, I made a video about a lens that was coming out by TAMRON, and I was really excited about it because I think it is the one lens to rule them all for Sony. And so I wrote TAMRON a letter and I said, hey, can I test your new lens? And they were like, well, we don't have any more review units left, but we will get back to you in 3 weeks. And then they didn't. And I was like, okay. But a year's gone by and I was reading back that email and I said, let's try again. And so I said, hey, can I try out your lens? And then they said, okay. And so they sent me this lens, which you guys probably saw in the title. It's the TAMRON, that's the back of the box. It's the TAMRON 35-150. And I was really excited about this when it was coming out because I think that it's such an interesting focal length, right? Because people love 35. And then I really think that this is probably a better choice than the 70-200 if you could only have one lens. And so I thought we'd take it out of the box real quick and get some first impressions. And then I'll let you guys know some initial thoughts. If you watched that video that I made, I think I said if I could only have one lens, it would probably be this lens. And I never got to test it, but anyway, here we are. So this is it. This is the TAMRON 35-150, and let's walk through the lens. So first off, it has 1, 2, 3 focus hold buttons. It'll be interesting to see if they can be programmed separate of each other or if they all do the same thing. It's got a lock on the lens, which will keep the lens from like drifting down when it's on your camera or in your camera bag. So then you could just like add this lock and then you can't zoom it. So that's cool. It also has a autofocus and manual focus switch toggle, very nice. And then it has a custom button that I'm not sure what it does yet. And so someone's probably asking, Jamil, why do you think this is the lens to rule them all? You are a prime lens shooter. Why this zoom lens? Well, the very interesting thing about this particular zoom lens is that it is a variable aperture lens, but it's an f2 to f8, which means that it has a fast aperture, basically from 35 all the way up to 150. And that's amazing because I think I said this in my other video, is that you essentially get all of the very common, very popular like prime lens focal lengths, right? You get the 35-50, the 85, and then the 135. You get all of those in one lens, and it's essentially a 2.8 throughout. And so, but it does get as fast as an f2. So what I want to check right now, I want to throw it on this camera. This is my Sony a7 R4, not the R5, which was released today. Well, yesterday by the time you guys are seeing this video, but today in real life. This is the R4, and what I want to see now is I want to know at what point does the lens stop being an f2, because that's important. It's important to know. It's not going to change my mind on the lens, but it's important to know at what point, how long you get 2.0. All right, so we're at 35 right now, 2.0, fantastic. There's not much difference visibly in the amount of depth of field that you can see between 2.0 and 1.8. And so lots of people will opt to have a 35 1.8. So with the 35 2.0, you're set. All right, and so we're just gonna zoom here. All right, and so already at 50 millimeters, we're at 2.2. So 2.2 at 50 millimeters. And then right about the 85 millimeter mark is where it becomes a 2.8. So 50 millimeters, you're at 2.2, right? That's what we said. Yeah, 2.2, which is still fantastic. You can still get a little bit of separation on there. And then at 85, you're at 2.8, which is fantastic. Listen, I'm excited. So I get to borrow this for 2 weeks. I don't want to keep you guys here too long. I just wanted to give you like a first impressions of it. It's not super heavy. It's about the weight of, I think, the 70 to 200 version 1. And so, yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna shoot with it for at least 2 weeks, and then I'm gonna come back and give you guys a full review. Thanks to TAMRON, by the way, for sending this out. Do I have to do the thing that says like they sent it to me, but they didn't ask me to say anything, and that I don't get to keep it because I have to send it back? See, it says right here, please return this equipment to TAMRON when finished, or you are responsible to pay $1,900. So I want you guys to know that this will be going back to TAMRON, and everything I say about it is going to be, you know, my own thoughts. And so there you go. TAMRON 35 to 150. I'm very excited about it. And I guess the moral of this story is, if you don't succeed, try again in a year. I don't know. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace. Also, if you guys have been watching videos for a while, you know that I said that I was going to be posting a video on the Canon R3, and I will. I'm still working on it. I'm just not ready to deal with the trolls yet, even though I don't say anything bad about it. But you know how those Canon fanboys are. And I had a rough week last week, so I'll get it up. Good whiskey. Okay, bye.